Hello. Welcome to my Spurs live stream. I hope everyone's okay. If people are new here, if anyone comes in the chat, just drop me a message in the comments, and yeah, just tell me, who if you support Spurs or if you don't support Spurs. Just let me know. Unfortunately, I can't put comments on the screen. I've not really worked out how to do that yet, but I'll read your comments out if you drop them. So don't hesitate. It's only my second live stream. I did a little one yesterday, but wasn't for long. Just wanted to test out my connection, and it's good to be joining the YouTube world and have, if people want to join, have a debate about Spurs and football in general. Now, obviously, the world of Tottenham at the moment. I've just about recovered from the Arsenal game. First off, I thought we played quite well against them without creating too many chances. But I think, first off, I think we showed a lot of fight and passion in that first half. Second half, I don't know what happened. We completely fell apart in the second half. But it is obviously what it is. It's just the way Spurs are at the moment. I don't believe we'll stay up. I think we are banned in trouble of a relegation. I think we'll go down. I don't want to be doom and gloom, but I honestly don't believe we have the players to get out of the situation we are in. A lot of obviously the teams that are down there, the West Hams, they're not the Forest, the Leeds. They have players down there that I believe that have been down there before that will get out of the situation. I don't believe we have the players that are up for a relegation battle. And I think if a lot of players wanted to leave in the summer, then going down would be their best solution. I just can't see how we will get out of this situation. I keep hearing people like pundits and other fans saying Spurs won't go down, but why won't we? 4 points is nothing. We don't. 4 points is like, nothing. West Ham, it's just a couple of wins and suddenly a couple of defeats for us, a couple of wins for West Ham, and suddenly we are banned in the relegation zone. We might stay out the relegation zone till the last few games of the season and drop in, and we could easily go down. No club is too big to go down. But I just believe that clubs that are down there at the moment, other clubs have spent a lot of time down there in the past, and I don't believe we have that we have got the players to get out of this situation. Hi, Raven. Yeah, no problem. Even if I'm talking to no one for half hour or an hour, how long I'm on here, it's good to just do a live and get myself out there. But thanks for your support, mate. Much appreciated. Obviously, if we go down this season, a lot of those players will probably want to go anyway. Even, cheers, mate. You know what? It's early days. I went on a stream last night, the 2 March show, for the first time, and you know what? I just need to get my face out there, and hopefully people will come on and everything like that. But it's competing with other platforms as well, so hopefully I get myself out there in a few more shows, and hopefully it'll be all good. Yeah, I don't really want to be famous, mate. Maybe in the YouTube world, maybe people recognise me, but to be honest, it's just nice to talk about Spurs. I wish, obviously, we were fighting for the title rather than fighting relegation, though. But it is what it is, and yeah. But thanks for your support, mate. Much appreciated. I think, like I was saying before, I think if the players, I think obviously a lot of those players have checked out. I think a lot of them probably want to leave in the summer, and I do believe relegation will be the solution for them to go down. If they go down, if we go down, it'll be so much easier for a lot of the players to leave. And we're in this situation because of those players. We're not. A lot of those players are not as good as they think they are. Like Van der Ven, recently, I don't know if it was Van der Ven or Draderson. I'm hearing different stories, but about him disrespecting Tudor, and Tudor was giving him instructions, and him ignoring him, and he did the same for Frank. And I think to myself, who the hell do you think you are? You might not like the manager, but you don't want to go down. No one wants a relegation on their CV, but obviously, um, they will, they will have a relegation on CV, and how will that look? It won't look good at all. But I just don't think we have enough in. I don't think the players are that good anyway. If we had all the injured players available, then I think that we could get out of this. I don't think we will though, but we'll see. If you just join in, just drop a comment below. It'll be good to hear from you. But if not, then that's fine. I'm just getting used to this at first. But yeah, so I thought I'd go through the list of players I think Spurs should keep and Spurs should get rid of if we stay up. Obviously, it's a different story if we get relegated. But if we stay up, then great. Yeah, I've actually got 31 subs now, mate. I had another one. I woke up today and another one, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll post a few shorts today. And I'll post a bit of a short of this live stream as well. So hopefully we get cracking. So gone through a list of players that I think Spurs should sell, should get rid of. Here, so come for Xavi Simons. I think he would. I think we haven't seen his real potential yet. I think he's a good play on his day. I think there's times when he's been really good. I think but I just don't think he's shown it in a Spurs shirt. If we stay up, I'll still keep him though, because we paid a lot of money for him. If he wants to stay, obviously players might want to go, but if he wants to stay, I still think we'll keep him. I think he's a bit lightweight for the Premier League. I think he's a bit lightweight for the Premier League, and he reminds me a bit like Modric, but like his physicality. But the difference with Modric was strong. He was not. He couldn't bully Modric about. So, Xavi Simons, I definitely think we need to keep as long as he wants to stay. So I think there is a player in there. It's just getting the best out of him. But yeah, it's hard at the moment. Hopefully he'll improve. Thanks, Raven. Cheers, mate. I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, Kola Moani. I've put obviously it's only on loan with Moani, so it's a bit difficult. I don't think he'll stay anyway. I know Sergio Ramos. We've got Romero. I mean, Sergio Ramos. If we had him, he gets red carded more than Romero does. So I don't think that'll do us any favors. Who was I? Moani. He's only on loan, but you get the attitude that he doesn't really want to be here, and I think at the end of his loan, I don't think he'll stay. He's not shown it enough for me to even warrant staying, even if he wanted to. But I don't think you can tell he's on loan with no option to buy or anything. You can just tell he just it just doesn't look like he wants to be here, except on Arsenal against Arsenal weekend. I thought he played really well and was unlucky to get 2 goals. But I just don't think he's good enough. We need a proper striker. Don't think he's it. And years ago, he was like worth £90 million or something, and now we can't even get a proper tune out of him. But definitely Moani is definitely one that I would not even bother trying to sign in the summer. Kudus, obviously we signed Kudus from West Ham, and when we signed Kudus, I thought not only we signed from West Ham, but we actually we signed him. We got a good player there, and I think he's decent player. Shame he's injured. I really like Tudor. Sometimes he runs into danger and can't get out of it, but I think he's the only one that we've got that takes players on and shows a bit of flair. And I do like Tudor. I think he's a really good player. Shame he got injured. But yeah, I'll definitely want to keep Tudor in the summer. But will he do like what he did to us, like did with West Ham, and end up kicking them a fuss League football? That will be an interesting one. This is definitely someone I would keep at the football club. Good player, and I just think, I think we'll be stupid to get rid of him. Sorry, Raven, I'm just reading your comment now. Yeah, the thing is with Van der Ven, I've noticed him. I don't know if he's actually a good defender or he's just got pace. Because I think without the pace, I don't actually think he'll be that good of a defender. So yeah, I'll probably agree with you on that one actually. But what you can have him at Man United, yeah, that's what you want. Romero, I think we should get rid of Romero. I don't rate him at all, Romero. I just think he's too rash. He just does stupid things at times. Yeah, he's not as good as he thinks he is. He's a World Cup winner, but that's because of Messi. It's not because of Romero. He just doesn't. I think we need to cash in on Romero in the summer. He speaks out on the board a few times, which I've agreed with. Off and causes us a lot of issues, which I don't really like about him. He's too unreliable. People say he's a winner, but he's not that good of a defender. He's okay, but he turns up when he wants to. But he's made mistakes this season, loads of mistakes I've noticed, and I just think he will. 1 second, just move position a minute. Sorry, I just think he's holding us back. Really, we need a top defender. Just don't think he is. I'd rather have Vistovic back if we had a choice. But yeah, so Richarlison, biggest waste of money ever. Don't know why we signed Richarlison from Everton all those years ago. Doesn't do it for me. He's so unreliable, completely useless in my opinion. Doesn't do it for me. Never really rated him. Scores goals now and again, but too injury prone the whole time. He's not loved at Tottenham. Tottenham don't really love him as much. He's going to Everton. Everton fans love him, or Saudi Arabia where he'll earn a lot of money. But for me, he just doesn't do it for me. But if you're just joining, please give us a like and a sub. Just starting up here, so if I'm a bit rusty, it's because it's my second ever stream. So bear with me and be patient. But it'd be much appreciated if you could give me a sub and a like, and that'd be much appreciated. We've all got to start somewhere, haven't we? So, but Van der Ven, I was just speaking earlier about Van der Ven. Apart from his pace, is he really that good of a defender? He doesn't. He's fast, and to give him credit for that, but he just, without the pace, I don't think he'd actually be that good of. I don't think he'll be a good defender. He makes a lot of mistakes as well, and I think he's got a bit big for his boots lately. Doesn't. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've heard he doesn't really want to be. He's unhappy. So if he was unhappy, then see you later. Don't want players who are joining the club, the Spurs, who just don't want to be here. If you don't want to stay, then see you later. Off you go. But Van der Ven is another one. I'm just not sure if he's the one that's really gonna take us to the next level. I think we need to go start looking in the Brighton and the Brentford's project and how they're treating players, because I think that's the way to go. But Van der Ven is he's not for me. Lucas Bergvall. Now I like Bergvall. He's a bit of some fans will say he's not all that. Some fans say he's good. I actually like Bergvall. I like his energy. I like he's young. I think he's really good, but he does tend to make a few mistakes. But he is young. He's only 19, 20 or something. I think he's 19, isn't he? But I think he's young. If Barcelona are after you, then he must have something about you as a youngster. But I like Bergvall. I would like him to stay in the summer. I don't think obviously we'll go down. I think he'll be off, but it'll be nice if he did stay. But obviously we'll see. He's had a few injuries himself, injury prone. But to be honest, all our players are injury prone. They all have their own injuries, don't they? So it'll be nice if we do have Bergvall stay. I think he's a really good young player and someone we can build a team around. To be honest, I think he's that good. Palhinha. Now look, I don't think we're going to sign him in the summer, no matter what. But I like Palini. I think he's been one of our best players this season. Don't like him in the defensive shape. In defence, I think it's better, obviously, as a CDM. But I think he's a really good signing for us in the summer, and I'd like to see him permanently. But I don't think we're going to sign him, which is a shame. But it's he plays with passion, desire, and you can tell he wants to care. Like tell he cares. So that is someone I would really like us to sign permanently. But obviously, I can't see it happening. But obviously, we'll have to see how things go. But I don't think we're going to get any better. I just, we're linked to players like Alan Wharton and stuff, players like that. Why would they come to us? I don't see that actually happening. But yeah, it'll be nice if we sign Palhinha, but with the board, you can never tell what's up their sleeve. Solanke, now a lot of fans don't really like Solanke. He's a bit of I've heard negative stuff about him, but I like Solanke. I like his work rate, his hold up play. Just the only criticism of him is that he doesn't score enough goals. Well, there's two criticisms: he don't score enough goals, and he's injured a lot. But I do actually like Solanke. I think he's a good player. I'd rather have him over Richarlison. But if we could have an upgrade on both, then I'll take that. But I'll definitely keep Solanke as a option because I think he's a really good player. Well, he's not a really good player, but I think he's decent, pretty decent. And it'll be obviously handy if we did obviously keep him. But it's just a bit of shame with his injury record and stuff. 2 seasons he's been with us. Didn't get injured at all while he was at Bournemouth, but with us he seems to be getting injured quite a lot. So Kulusevski now, this is one obviously injury prone, where he's been injury prone last season, and this season. I would like to keep Kulusevski, but you don't know what state he's going to be when he actually comes back. But he's definitely one I would try and keep. I think on his day he's brilliant. It's a shame he's been injured this season, so I think he's a really good player. Definitely someone I would want Spurs to keep, but obviously if we go down, I can see him leaving even if he was injured. But he might not come back the same player, so that's difficult. But Matis Tell, when Tell came into the club, I actually wanted him. My mate's a Man United fan, and they were going after him, and I actually wanted Tell, and I was goading him saying we got him, and he kept saying he's not that good anyway, and I kept saying it's just because you missed out on him, but he's not actually all that, is he? And I don't want to keep using excuses that he's young and all that stuff, but he's not as good as I thought he was. How good he was, and my mate used to sign on FIFA, and he should be good on that. But in real life, I don't think he's actually all that. Maybe he's not suited to the Premier League. But then you start to wonder why Bayern Munich was so desperate to get rid of him, and how they did a. They weren't desperate to keep him, were they? So you start to wonder that. But he's definitely, obviously, I'll definitely get rid of Town, and he stayed. I don't think a player like that would ever get us out of the Championship. Championship's a tough league, so definitely I'll definitely get rid of. James Maddison. Now, I know he's injury prone and he's had his issues. I'd make Maddison captain when he's fit. I think he's a good lad, great with the fans, great with the other younger players. I think he's a decent player as well. Just doesn't just is injured a lot, but he's on his day, he's brilliant, and I think he's a really good player, and obviously having him in the team probably helps Xavi. But yeah, I'll definitely keep Madders. I think he's a really good player, and he's better than what we've got. But obviously, with his injury record, it's a bit tough to decide what to do with that one. But Maddison, I'll definitely keep. Vicario, definitely need a new number one. I don't rate Vicario, never have done. I think we had the chance to go after Raya from Arsenal. I heard that we agreed terms with him, but the club couldn't agree terms. And we messed it up, and look at that now. I mean, yeah, Raya makes the odd mistake, but shot stopping is phenomenal, and his distribution is just phenomenal, and Vicario just doesn't do it for me. I think his first season he looked really good, but then since then he's not done much. Ever since he was susceptible to those corners that Everton put on us a couple of years ago, everyone knows how to play against him now, and he's never really recovered from that. So I definitely think Vicari. I think Vicari will be gone either way in the summer, and I think we definitely need a new goalkeeper. Sorry. But yeah, so and obviously Archie Gray. Don't like Archie Gray. I don't think he should be playing for Spurs. I don't even know what his position is. He's all over the place. 1 minute he's right back, then he's midfield. Centre back he plays. Any position he hasn't played pretty much is goalkeeper. I don't know why he. I don't know what his best position is. I think maybe a couple of loan spells in the Championship would have helped him. I think we rushed him into the first team, but I don't think he's good enough. I think the summer we should really get rid of in the summer. But drop your comments. I don't know if I've listed any players that you've heard. If a couple of people in the chat at the moment, just drop comments and just drop your comments if you're about. But when you're players, but yeah, Basuma. Now I don't know what this guy's still doing at this football club. Doesn't do it for me. We must have signed Basuma's brother from Brighton, because this Basuma, I've never seen it. I've never been impressed by him. Never seen it. Never seen the fascination of him. But he, I'm surprised he's still here. I think he'll be gone in the summer no matter what. But he makes so many mistakes. Even against Man City the other week when he made that mistake, and he did it a couple of years ago against them as well. But yeah, I don't rate Basuma. Never have done, and never will. And I think his time at Spurs is over. So now this is another one. He's a great runner, but he hasn't really developed. Like a couple of years ago, when he finished fifth, I thought he looked really good. But since then, I don't think he's done a lot. In and out of the team all the time. But so it's another player I'd look to move on in the summer. Don't think that he doesn't do it for me. It's just another one that hasn't developed. Potentially great player, but just hasn't shown enough of him to still be at Spurs. Vuskovic. Now, this is a player I definitely want to keep, but and I'd replace Van der Ven with him. I'd bring him in, and even him and Danso at the back, or sign another defender. But would he want to stay if we go down? That's the issue. I'm not convinced he would, or even stay. Even if we stay up, there'll be clubs after him. He's not really played a competitive game for us, but he's a Rolls Royce of a defender, and someone probably should have kept in the summer. But with Van der Ven and Romero there, he didn't want to stay. He wanted to he wanted to play football, and you can't really blame him. But Vuskovic is definitely someone I would look to keep. Danso, now passionate, loves the club. You can tell he does. He's always patting the badge. Not the greatest, he's not world class, but he's a good, solid defender and does a good job. Definitely someone I'll keep. Try and keep, even if we went down, I'll try and keep him. But it'll be easier if we stayed up to keep him. But Danso is definitely one I'll definitely look to keep. Brilliant, solid defender, good backup. But yeah, just don't take the long throws. I mean, the long throws are we never score from them, so I don't know why we keep taking those long throws. But I like Danso, so I'll definitely try and keep him. Scarlett, he hasn't really developed, has he? Then Scarlett, in and out the team, like little bits, little parts. So done a couple of loan spells and hasn't really done it on the loan spells. So as much as I want to see him develop at Spurs, I just don't think it's ever going to happen. So I think maybe his time at Spurs is up. But it's a shame, because he's he looks like a good kid, but it's just not working for him at Spurs. Lancia is another one. I've seen him. I've been impressed with Lancia when he's played for Spurs. He's come on a few times. I've been really impressed, but he just doesn't. He's been on a couple of loan spells. Don't do it consistently. Maybe another loan spell would do him the world of good, but maybe give him an opportunity in the first team. If we go down, obviously, he'll be perfect for Spurs. But it should be nice if he, obviously, if we stay up, give him a chance. Probably keep Lancashire. We can't get rid of all our youngsters. Probably keep Lancashire, give him another chance. If it doesn't work out, then obviously send him out on loan or sell him again. But yeah, we need proper players in the team. Davis obviously leaving in the summer, been great servant to Spurs, just hasn't quite worked out for him. This obviously with the injury, not people probably think he should have left a long time ago. Doesn't obviously not being at he's just been a good servant, obviously not being the required quality that we need at Spurs, but obviously Davis obviously time's coming to end, so he's going to leave anyway. But obviously fair play, he's obviously he loves the club, and I wish him all the best. But yeah, so he'll be gone. He'll be gone no matter what, I reckon. Maybe he might join the coaching staff at Spurs. Kingsley. No, I like Kingsley. I don't know why he's not given an opportunity. He's made a few mistakes, but I think his kick is a lot better. Shame he didn't have Bakari shot stopping ability. So I think he'd be a really good goalkeeper. But I like Kingsley. I'll definitely keep him around no matter what happens. But he's I think he's a good young keeper. And I think just give him the opportunity. Vicario just lets us down too much. But Kingsley, just give him an opportunity. You never know what's going to happen, do you? He might do really well for us as a number one or even as a backup. Dradusin, don't rate Dradusin at all. I've never really been impressed with him. The moment I see him make his debut, I don't like him. It's not that I don't like him. I just don't rate him as a player. Just doesn't do it for me. But yeah, he I remember I'm buying him after him. He should have just gone there. He's just not good enough. Maybe he'll do another league, the Italian league. Clubs in Italy are after him again. But he just had for me, he just hasn't developed at Spurs. And maybe it's the way we've been playing since suited him. But to me, he's just not that good. And it was his fault for goal against Man City. The other way it was his fault. A couple of those goals against Arsenal. So definitely someone I'd get rid of in the summer. Conor Gallagher. When we signed Gallagher, I actually was raving about it. But he hasn't really done it for Spurs. But depends. New manager might come in. Poch might come in back in the summer if we stay up. And Gallagher, obviously fired under Poch, but so I'll definitely keep Gallagher in the summer. I only just signed him. But he's obviously, it's up to him. And I think Gallagher's a good player. It's just trying to get the best out of him and trying to, he's come into a really bad situation at Spurs. But it's if we can keep him, if he wants to stay, I would definitely keep Gallagher. I think he's a decent player. Just maybe just the wrong time to come to Spurs, really. Austin, obviously, as a backup keeper, I'll definitely keep Austin as a backup. I think he's all right as a third choice keeper. I think he's all right. I think I've seen a couple of times play, and I think he's done all right for Spurs. But definitely, I'll keep Austin at the club. Sousa, now I see him against Man United coming off the bench, and I'll definitely keep Sousa. I think he's just joined, so I think either way he'll stay, whether we go down or stay up. But maybe give him more of an opportunity next season. I do like him. I think that will be the best thing. Odebear, don't really rate Odebear. Never have done. I don't think he's good enough for Spurs. But we signed him from Burnley. All these clubs are signing top players. We signed him from Burnley. Don't think he's Premier League ready. So I'd definitely get rid of Odebear in the summer. Spence is another one. Sometimes he has good games. Sometimes he has bad games. But I just don't. I think we should get rid of Spence in the summer. I just don't think he's a top quality that we really need at Spurs. Mikey Moore, I think we should bring Moore back. Really good youngster, and I think he'll shine at Spurs next season. He's done a really well at Rangers this season, so I think I definitely someone we need to keep for the long term. Pedro Porro, got Pedro Porro now. I like Porro. Tackling wise, I think he's really good. Defensively, not great, but I'll definitely keep Porro as in the squad. Definitely, I think he's a really good player. Definitely someone we could do with. And there's Udodley. I've got Udodley and Benton Tor, the last two on my list of the main players. Udodley, too injury prone. Don't really rate him as a defender. He's like going forward, but don't really rate him as a defender. So definitely an upgrade on him, I reckon. And then Benton Tor, who I think is decent. I think we're someone we should try and keep Benton Tor at the club, but obviously we'll see how it goes. But anyway, that's my live stream done. Give me a like and subscribe. It'll be much appreciated. If you watch this on repeat, it'll be much appreciated. My second live stream, so I do apologise if I'm a bit rusty, but hopefully, I get some subscribers, some likes, and I might do on some other streams. I'm a new YouTuber, but it's nice seeing you all. Take care and come on, you Spurs.